Hey, Robert. Good to see you again. Just getting ready here. Got to get the right background. Where are we at? Got to figure out who's in the lineup. Good stuff. Dobesh and Gouli are key today. I could not agree more. Dobesh, obviously, goaltending. But I do got to say, I think Caden Gouli with Noah Dobson out, man. Caden Gouli is the difference, the potential difference maker on defense. You know what? He's the one guy that they've got who's like feels like a physical defenseman. It's going to be a physical series. Caden Gouli could do it all. He could be huge for them. He also hasn't had the greatest season, so but he's healthy ish. I mean, he did take those games off at the end, but it seemed like it was to rest. So we'll see what happens. Man, okay, let's get the lineup in here. Where is the lineup? Anyways, as we know, we pretty much know that who's not in the lineup. Some interesting names. Gallagher, as far as we know, is not in. Do we got it? Here, we got it. Business casual. I like that. Am I the only one worried that we're not tough enough to get past Tampa? I don't think we're the real deal just yet. We'll see. Go Habs, go. That is business casual going to be the massive question here. Are they tough enough? They showed that they were tough enough the last two games before the end of the season. But as you guys know, regular season doesn't mean anything now. It's the playoffs. Um, so you have every right to be worried because so far the Canadians, obviously last year, were not ready physically, and they got manhandled by Washington. So when you say am I the only one worried they're not tough enough, totally valid to be worried, but they could be, and if they are tough enough, I think sky's the limit for this team. If they prove that they can get past Tampa and they can win a physical series against Tampa, like it's over. Like who's going to take they're so talented. They're so good. So, it's going to be a huge test. Tampa's going to be a massive test. And yeah, as I said, you have every right to be I think concerned that they're not ready, but they might be ready. And if they're ready, it's going to be pretty glorious to watch, I would say. Okay, guys, we got the lines. Let's get the lines in here. We've got Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, first line. Second line, oof, this one's going to be controversial. Texier, Newhook, Demidov. Not sure about that one, guys. Then we got Bolduc, Kapanen, Doc. Oh my God, not feeling that one either. And then we've got Evans, Dano, Anderson. I suspect Evans will basically be the third line center uh, when it matters. So I think the Kapanen and Doc thing is to try to see if they can get some offense going. But I think if they play with the lead, you're certainly going to just see a ton of Evans Dano at center. And then Matheson Carrier, I mean, I'm not shocked that they're going with the one right-handed defenseman on the top pair. I think it's the right move, although obviously Carrier as a top pairing defenseman is a bit scary. Gouli Hudson, I think, is going to be the real number one pairing here. Lots riding on that. And then, if you guys can believe it, the third line pairing, game one of the playoffs, Struble Jackeye. Do I prefer? Good question here by Robert. Do I prefer Texier over Veleno? Um, I think they need some offense on that second line. So yes, I do think Texier is the move. But if this series gets as tough as we think it's going to get, I think Veleno is going to be in before too long. I think Veleno will take Kapanen's space in the end. The one thing that I would say is that I think Kapanen has probably tapped out a little. He seemed a little tapped out on this season. That's not to say that he can't find another leg in here, but looked a little tap out. Rick, peace. Good to see you, Rick. Thanks for joining. Maybe the last two games, hey Ryan, by the way, maybe the last two games against the Habs has shown the Lightning can't play like the Panthers. Well, that's another thing. Tampa's a tough team, but they're not like an elite tough team. Like they still have, um, you know, Braden Point is still like not a big guy. Gensel's obviously incredibly talented. Like they're a tough team, but they're not like an elite tough team. So that's another interesting thing. Hey, Timur, haven't seen you a while. When Tinkerbell foots right, Timur, bless you for coming back. I'm so happy you're back. But also, man, you missed Cole Caulfield scoring 51 goals this year. You checked out a little bit before, but he scored 51 goals. Hey, he's got to score some big goals in the playoffs. If he scores some big goals in the playoffs, Timur, will you finally come around to Cole Caulfield being a good player? If he comes around. Tampa has longer beards, so definitely their beard game is going to be a little better. Not sure we're going to see Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield, even if they go on a long run, get nice playoff beards. I will say that's a little bit. Jack Eye earned a spot in Game One during Carrier's absence. Yeah, Jack Eye played great. I thought. I certainly thought he did. Tampa has a experience and depth advantage. They do. They do have those advantages. Though I will say on defense, I'm not so convinced. Hedman's out. The defense has got some guys that have established themselves pretty well this year, but like they're gonna need a guy like Moser to play a lot. And I can't say that Moser looked all that amazing tough wise, against the Habs. I thought Moser got taken advantage of pretty good. As long as Jack and Struble are playing, I'm hopeful in the toughness and grit department. Yes, those two guys are tough customers. Tough customers. Just letting you guys know, I'm watching on Sportsnet today. I've mentioned earlier in the season, my TVA that doesn't work, so I'm watching on Sportsnet, which means probably going to be a smidge behind everybody else, unless you guys are watching on Sportsnet too. I don't know why they're behind. They're a little behind. X, Jack has got to minimize turnovers. Yeah, he definitely does. I'm curious about man. They put Doc in the lineup. That one's going to be a tough one. Doc, I think, will have a pretty short leash. He's a big guy, so I understand why they wanted to see what they have in him. But we'll see what happens with Doc. I'm not totally convinced he'll play all of the best of 7 series, but we'll see. Got my little beverage here today. I hit up not a sponsor, but shout out LaFleur's. I hit up LaFleur's on the way here. Um, my hands smell of onions, but we had to fuel up. I prefer Veleno to Doc. Yes, I think Veleno brings more in terms of physicality, in terms of face-offs, in terms of speed to the lineup. But Doc, you know, even when Doc's not scoring much, he's still scoring more than Veleno. Veleno cannot put the puck in the net at all. So I get having Doc there and hoping for something, but this is a last chance express for Kirby Doc, I think. Rick asks, "What do you think about the 5:30 start? Tampa screwed up the booking dates for Saturday. Yet Canada's team gets no Saturday's game in the first series. Now, if this was the Leafs, yeah, I mean that's the thing. The thing is, the American teams don't care about Saturday. In fact, they don't like playing on Saturday night. I think actually American teams tend to not draw well on Saturday night and tend to draw better on a Sunday. This is definitely what's preferred for Tampa. Tampa would much rather play this weird late matinee game in terms of moving tickets and getting people to show to the game. So, and hey, they won home ice advantage, so they have the right to do that. And if the Canadians really wanted to play on Saturday, they could have won the last game of the season, and then they would have had home ice advantage, and they would have played last night at the Bell Center because that's the night that the Bell Center was available. So Ryan's watching WrestleMania and hockey. Ooh, is it WrestleMania as well? Who's the headline? Who's the headliner in? I don't watch wrestling anymore. Who's the headliner in the wrestling? Hey, Michael, good to see you again. Make or break for Doc. Yeah, that's how I see it. And maybe faster rather than sooner rather than later. I don't think he's gonna maybe get the whole series. He's gonna get like 1 or 2 games to figure this out. Greetings from Ireland. Go Habs. All right. Thanks for joining, David. I guess this early start time is better for you, right? No, it's worse for you. No, it's better for you. No, it's better for you. It's better for you. The equivalent of the puck drop fight from Carolina Ottawa would be Perry and Anderson. That's a Kachuk special. I don't feel like that's gonna happen today. I'd be really surprised. But Brady Kachuk, I mean the Kachuk boys seem to like doing that. All right, here's my question for you guys. Which Hab do you think will step up their game in the playoffs? Who are you looking at to have like a big, you know? Because we know that like Suzuki and Caulfield, whatever, these are good players. We know what we're getting from them. But who do you think is going to step up in the playoffs and really cement their legacy as good Habs? Ooh, Michael. Thank you for hitting that like button. Hit that like button, everybody. And if you were not here for the last game, last against the Flyers, I did say that I'm going to be doing these for the duration of the playoffs. So it doesn't matter when. We're just going to do them all. Hopefully it's a nice long spring for Habs fans, but who knows? Okay, we got a couple answers here. Excited about this. Bolduc will step up. I like Bolduc. I thought maybe he would be benched in the playoffs, but I think Bolduc's got that physical streak in him, and we know he's got a great shot. Just needs to get in the right place, and maybe he can score a big goal or two. Josh Anderson will be instrumental. I believe he scores the first Habs goal today. Well, if you guys famously know, man, a very long time ago when I want to say Tortorella was probably coaching the Tampa Bay Lightning, probably near the end of his tenure, or was he at Columbus? That series where Josh Anderson just like totally for Columbus totally single handedly beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. There's a history here. It has happened. Could use some Irish toughness on this team. Well, they sat Gallagher, so there's no they don't get the Gallagher bump. Ooh, Demidov. I like to see that. Demidov's a confident. He's a confident guy, and I feel like he was playing his best hockey at the end of the season. We got another Demidov vote with Suzuki. That's funny. Most people were screaming for Anderson to be traded earlier this season. Love Anderson, always have. Yeah, Josh Anderson. This is where he earns his salary, right? He's paid to be like a middle scorer. He's not really. He's a fourth liner, but on nights like tonight, Josh Anderson is expected to step his game up, and that's what they pay him for. So let's see what happens. Let Arbor take the puck drop. Yeah, let's not even waste time. Let's just throw him right in there. I love it. Max here. Oh, we gotta. Yeah, do we have? Should we do our predictions? We can do our predictions. All right, my prediction is Habs in six. That's my prediction. Habs in six. Why? Ultimately, I think Tampa, outside of their top forwards who are really damn good, I think that they're starting to get a little long in the tooth. I don't know if guys like Yanni Gourde can push it the way they used to. I think there's a chance here for the Canadians' youthful energy to come into the fore, and I think they've got momentum on their side. I think they've got a hot goalie on their side. It's not a super confident Habs in six, but I'm like I think they're ready. I think so. Yesterday on the corner booth with Tony Marinaro, Tony said it this way, and I think Tony said it perfect. And Robert just kind of alluded to it. There will be a changing of the guard. We just don't know when. At some point, the scales will tip, and the Canadians will be better than the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay Lightning, borderline dynasty, right? They've won two cups, played amazing. They're like a cup contender every year. At some point, the scales will tip, and the Canadians will pass them. Could it be this series? I think it might be. But if not, it's coming. So I'm not. If the Canadians don't win this series, I'll be very disappointed. But I won't be like, well, they're never going to beat Tampa. I think it's going to take. It's going to be this year or next. They're going to take down Tampa at some point. But it's going to be good. Ryan says Habs in six. Robert says score. Cole scores twice. Hedman skating means he'll be back game 3 at the latest. Yeah, it's interesting to see if he comes back, but I mean, he hasn't played very much this season, and he's just not the player he was. Obviously, in the playoffs, he can still be a big performer. Even in his final years, Zdeno Chara was still a big playoff performer, but that's where I think the Tampa Bay Lightning are potentially soft. Hedman and McDonough are still big key players on their defense, and I just don't know. I don't know if they can still strike the fear in the hearts of another team that they used to. I don't. Habs in 5, says Michael. Steve Frost says Habs in 6. Max says Habs in 5. Business Casual says it's going to go full 7. Okay. At least the Habs can say they're better than the Leafs. Yes, that's. I heard the post. I heard the postseason presser didn't go great today for the Leafs. If Dobson had surgery, I can't see him until round 2, if at all. Well, I don't think he has. They haven't said anything about surgery, so I don't think he's had surgery. Hey, Harry. Yeah, it's not as fun to type on the phone. I get you. It's like a home game. Yeah, I'm curious to see how many Habs fans we had down in Tampa. I heard there's a couple thousand at least. The Leafs can learn about proper rebuilding from us. The Leafs aren't rebuilding though. They should, but they're not. The only way that they rebuild is if Austin Matthews just says, "I'm not coming back. Trade me now." And then they have no choice. They have no choice but to rebuild. But as long as Matthews is still there for a couple more years, they have no choice but to just keep doing what they're doing and try to make it work. Mark, good to see you again. Mark sent me a lovely message last night, and yeah, good to see you again, Mark. Oof, this anthem singer. Hey, put a little flourishes on that Canadian anthem. Habination says I don't want to predict. Yeah, I hear you. 605 US for mid seats. Well, if y'all can afford it, are there many Habs fans there? I haven't noticed yet, but I was told there are quite a few. To be honest, and I don't like admitting this, but I think Tampa will take this in 7. It's still, however, a big improvement from last year, progression and trusting the process. Hey, there's nothing wrong. They did finish tied in the standings, right? That's the thing. These teams could not be more even. They've tied in the standings. They both got 106 points. They tied in the series against each other. They each won twice. Um, they could not be more even right now. The only difference is that one team is like a little older and trying to keep that like cup momentum alive, and then the other one's a young team that's like bright for the future. So the question is, will the future catch up to the present or the past tonight and in this series? I don't know. I don't know. Let's hope for a good game tonight. Playoff hockey cannot beat it. 'Howdy, Sky Digger. Happy to have you. 39% win probability. Karen, what's the movie where they say never tell me the odds? Was that Back to the Future? I don't remember now. Was that Back to the Future? Never tell me the odds. Happy to be here. For you to be here. And I'm happy for the Habs to be here. Montreal's just better when there's playoffs. I feel Tampa has the edge in goaltending, and that's key to the playoffs. Ugh, yeah. Yeah. That's the one thing about Tampa that I can't get over. Vasilevsky and Kucherov. Those guys are just, they can kind of just win it, right? If those guys are really game. $605 for mid seats. Wouldn't that be close to double if that was in Montreal? I don't know how much the Montreal tickets are going to go for. It'd be very exciting to see. I hope Doc has been saving all his points for the playoffs. I hope so too. Yeah, ugh, freaking Sportsnet, man. I'm like behind by like a minute. I hate it. I hate it. Y'all are gonna get the goals and all that before me, but we are underway. Karen made some homemade pizza, shrimp pesto, artichoke hearts. Oh my god, that sounds delicious. The old saying, don't mess with Texas. Reverse to Perry and Hudson. Don't mess with Lane Hudson. Okay, we are underway. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Can you guys believe it? My god, that puck almost went under Dobesh, and I'm already freaking out. I'm just so stoked. So stoked. That's right. How many penalties? There was 120 plus penalty minutes. Yeah, don't forget 120 plus penalty minutes the last time they played. I'm gonna guess it'll be slightly less this time, but wouldn't that be funny? I wonder if the Tampa Bay has a no Habs fan allowed in the stadium. They don't. They do not. And there's certainly definitely some dots of red in the audience, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. So the Tampa fans rolled up. Nice little turnover there. Canadians able to get the puck back in their zone. These are those moments where you really miss having Noah Dobson, but they're just gonna have to survive without him, man. It's gonna be hard, but and look who's behind the net, Josh Anderson. Oh, turnover by Yanni Gord in the center ice. Habs are able to dump it in, but there's not a lot of room out there early. I'll tell you that much. Really, Dastu's on the top line? How do they do that? Keep finding these guys off the scrap heap, making them good. I guess playing with Kucherov will help. Demidov tried to bump Kucherov in center ice. Expats are a lot of their customer base. Yes, well, Florida's a town full of or a state full of visitors. So I don't think they can be too hard about it. The Wild demolished Dallas yesterday. Yeah, I think the Wild. I mean, you guys saw NHL 2000 or NHL 26, the EA Sports game, predicted a Habs Wild final. So I could definitely see it for the Wild. Remains to be seen for the Habs, but I could definitely see the Wild making the finals. You know, Corey Perry's man. Look at Corey Perry manhandling Struble behind the net. That's the thing about. Oh, somebody's down in front. What's going down? James. Look at Jaden Struble, man, knocking Perry down. You like to see that. But what happened to James? First of all, I don't know who this guy. Who's this guy? Who's James? We're gonna get to know these Tampa players intimately, but I will say their bottom line players, Dominic James, all of 43 games in the NHL this year. Pretty decent numbers, but I will say like the Tampa Bay depth is not like it's being tested right now. They have some guys out and they've lost guys over the years due to the salary cap. This is not a massively stacked Tampa team. They're still a very tough team. Still got great. They still have good depth, but like there are matchups that the Canadians can win here. All right, the Habs are finally in the zone. Let's see if they can get something going here. Oh, Chernak! What a save, Dobesh. What a big Canadians still 5 minutes in. They're still looking for their first shot on goal here. No, they got a shot on goal just now. Oh, now ice is opening up a little bit for them. But Suzuki just a little bit offside there. What a stop by Dobesh to kick things off, though. All right. No, the Canadians didn't get a shot. Didn't get a shot in the end. So they're still waiting for their first shot on goal. Apparently, did they giveth and taketh? I guess. Dobesh is cocky. I like it. I love how much he comes out and aggressively plays the shot. A lot of goalies nowadays sit back a lot. I don't love it. Even Fowler sits back a little bit too much, I think, sometimes. But Dobesh, who's already a big goaltender and tough to find a hole with him, but how wasn't that a shot? Yeah, so I mean they gave the Habs a shot and took one away, and then the Tampa one took a while. I think the clock might be a little slow today, so I'm gonna not judge too quickly if I see something on the scoreboard. Ooh, nice try by Tampa there, trying to execute the tip in front off the rush. Ooh, nice try. Suzuki and Slavkovsky trying to connect there. But so far, the first line, not getting a ton of space out there, as you guys can imagine. You got some boos. I think both teams were going back to the bench for a change, and they were kerfuffling. Oh, we got a 2-on-1. Oh, new hook. Newhook missed the 2-on-1 with Demidov wide. I'm glad he elected to shoot. I don't think he had a good passing chance at Demidov, but missed a shot wide, unfortunately. All right, we got a battle behind the net. And the Canadians win, man. But, and then Newhook with a boneheaded play to give away the puck and prevent them from going up the ice. But Newhook was able to retrieve the puck again. So all is forgiven, and now Bolduc's the one to dump it in. And we got an icing. 13:31 left in the first period. 0-0 currently. Shots are 4-1. Tampa, we're going to look at the Newhook replay again. And, he was maybe trying to, set up a rebound. I mean, Demidov was coming in pretty fast. Too bad we got stuck with Leafs lover Chris Cuthbert announcing the series. I was hoping he would do this ends. Yeah, a little surprised that they assigned Cuthbert and Craig Simpson to this series. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised about that. Oh, all kinds of room for Struble. Wasn't able to get the shot through traffic though. Oh, Slavkovsky tried to feather a pass back to Jackeye, but went over the stick, and but they were able to get the puck quick up the ice. That was a nice play by Slavkovsky or Jackeye, and now Slavkovsky coming in with strength. Slavkovsky's gonna have to be a real sturdy character in these playoffs, man. They're gonna need his size a lot. T Moore says these Hockey Night Encounter announcers yammer far too much. No clue that less is more. Karen says, don't the Habs have an over 600% road game percentage? You mean 60%? Not 600%. I don't think that's possible. But they are a very good road team. Absolutely. They're good. They're such a good road team that a lot of you guys, a lot of our readers were saying like, "Oh, I'd much rather they start on the road. They'll get a little more comfortable, they'll get their sea legs." One big difference in the playoffs, and you're seeing it already. Oh, we got 2-on-1 here. Bolduc didn't have a pass. Tried to float a backhander. Big one. Oh, yeah, like a 600. I get you. Yes. Yeah, they must, right? They definitely won 60% of their road games this year. Not sure their road record means anything comes to the playoffs. Absolutely. It's all short. It's all short sample size now, right? Renault Lavoie calls it Habs in 6. All right. I think it's funny because I feel like there's been more confidence in the Habs outside of Montreal. I feel like when I was looking at like the Spit and Chicklets guys, I think that they were pretty split. But Yandel and Whitney had them at they think the Habs are gonna win. Or sorry, I think Bissonnette maybe too actually, Biz as well. But there's definitely outside of Montreal a lot of analysts who maybe didn't follow the Habs as much are starting to clue in, and they're like, oh, they really like the offense on this team. Some of us who've watched the team all season, I think, are maybe a little more have a little more apprehensive about the defensive play, which I think is totally justified. But teams that people who have not watched the team as much, I think, see the skill and they're just like, that's a lot of skill. We have 3 shots and it's only showing one. Yeah, I think we're due for a revision of the score bug shortly. Here's Demidov walking in. First time I've watched the game in actual time. I'm watching the US feed. Oh, I want the US feed. How do I get that? I want to see like who's doing the US. Is it Dave Randorf? Nice hit. Slavkovsky finishing off his check there on the. Do we got a penalty here? No. Yeah. Too many men penalty for Tampa Bay Canadiens power play. What do you guys think? The Habs power play was very good all season, and then at the end of the season, kind of like tapered off a little bit. Do you think the power play is gonna like get back on there, or do you think that the power play, whatever was going wrong with the power play, is gonna continue to go wrong? I'd be curious to know what you guys think. Because I mean, for the most of the season, the power play looked good. I would imagine they still finished what in the top 6 or something. Habs finished 10th on the power play. Hey, Kelly. Good to see you again. So, Habs ended up finishing 10th on the power play after finishing much higher all season. That's pretty disappointing. They definitely fell apart at the end. And as you guys know, the PK is still. Oh, it's funny. The PK actually got a little bit better. Okay, fair enough. Oh, we got Karen. We got dogs in the chat. Well, as you guys know, I have a miniature pincher. He does not like to appear on the broadcast, but if he comes by, I'll let him. I'll let him up here. Mark says, "I'm surprised at how tame the game has been so far." Yeah, you know, like it. It's a powder keg, Mark. All it's gonna take is one spark. Oh, we got Hudson. They're booing Hudson as he's skating the puck up the ice on the PP. That's funny. Oh, Tampa did a great job holding the line there on the PK. Habs are gonna have to figure out how to break that, man. They got on that power play a zone entry. Ah, there you go. They figured that one out. So now Suzuki's got it with room down the left side. He's trying to give and go with Caulfield, but he's running out of space here. Nice try by Sivkovsky to try to get in front of the net. Is Gallagher playing? Gallagher is not playing tonight. Gallagher is not playing tonight. They need to let Slav carry in and try to do something. What a waste of time playing drop back into our zone. We rarely score from our end. Yeah, the drop back remains a controversial thing. Again, they found success early on, and then at the end of the season, the power play definitely got figured out. And part of it was this second unit, which I don't think is particularly good at all. But Kirby Doc in front of the net. Kirby Doc won a face-off. They got the puck back, and then he went to the net, and he looked pretty good. Karen's not a fan of the drop back. Oof. 30 seconds left in the power play. Tampa has dumped it down again. Having to stomach Cuthbert and Craig Simpson for the series is going to be tough. Habs started the drop pass, and now they all do it. Ooh, Kane's got to watch out. Nice try on the PK by Tampa. I'm really just surprised the Habs didn't take a penalty, trying to prevent a nice shorthanded attempt. Okay, Bolduc's skating the puck in. I like it. Oh, there's a little room on the left side there. Doc trying to ram it home. Nice try, Newhook, but there was a guy in front. Oh, getting the guy out of the box. They got to watch out there. Nice job by the Habs getting back. Matheson. Oh my God, Matheson, don't do that thing that you always do where you give up away the puck. Oh no! What a. Oh my God, two chances there for Tampa. Anderson coming in off the rush. There you go. Josh Anderson. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I saw you guys are already talking about it. The power horse is back. Josh Anderson makes it 1-0 for the Habs. And that was after Dobesh absolutely bailed out, robbed Radish, bailed out Matheson. And then look what's going down behind the net there. Carrier, man. Okay. Oh, yeah. Anderson catches Vasilevsky cheating. Hey, Rick Woods. Rick Woods, you were right. You did say Anderson was going to score the first goal. Oh, the Habs almost got a second one. Following up with the first line. Well, we've got a power play for Tampa now coming up, so we'll see how that goes. Karen, you're worried about having a heart attack. Me too, to be honest. I gotta. Andy always shows up. Sometimes the finesse is a little lacking. Yeah, that understatement, Timur. Absolutely. But hey, man, he does show up in the playoffs, doesn't he? Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back indeed. Texier, good work on that goal behind the net. Yeah. Was that Texier? Carrier was the one who got the assist on that one. Carrier did, I think, the tough work. I don't know what Carrier. Am I on a? I am on a delay. Unfortunately, I'm watching on Sportsnet, and my Sportsnet feed is always a little bit behind. So when I watch on RDS, it's like lightning fast, and then unfortunately my Sportsnet feed is a little behind, which is going to be super annoying for you guys. But there's nothing I can do. My TVA feed doesn't work, and I don't feel like looking for an American feed. So because I just think it's I don't have it. I don't. I have the Sportsnet one. It's good enough. It's good enough. Anderson looked good on that, but I don't like the way some of them are playing. I mean, it's a quiet period so far. Tampa so far has looked good though. I will say Canadians have. I would say what do they call it in tennis when you like hold serve a little bit? I think the Canadians have been holding serve so far. Tampa's looked a little better, but I can't say that any of the Habs have looked particularly bad. But yeah, okay. Well, not so. I am a little behind. New hook is the penalty, so well, I'm always a little bit concerned about Kucherov, of course. He's always in the same spots. He's on the right side, on our right, as we're watching now. Dobesh is left, and he's always open, always finds himself open. And the power play basically just moves around him. Gensel with a pretty nice chance, but I wouldn't say that he took a super hard shot there. But yeah, now Kucherov has jumped back to the point, and he's really distributing the puck nicely. And it's basically a three-man power play right now with two guys in front of the net. It's Gensel, Kucherov, and Radish just passing back and forth to each other. And then two Tampa guys in front of the net hoping to throw in some garbage. And Josh Anderson, man, having a good penalty kill, scored a goal, and now he's got now he's on the penalty kill right now. He's looking good. So it's 1-0 Habs with 3:50 left in the first period. 26 seconds on this Tampa power play. Nice penalty killing by Kapanen. Kapanen, I have a feeling, might play his way out of the lineup here in the playoffs. He's just like, kind of faded a little bit at the end of the season, which, there's no shame in that. He is a rookie after all. But if he kills penalties, that'll definitely keep him in the lineup a little longer. So we got 3 minutes left in this period. Back to 5-on-5. 1-0 Habs. Well, there you go. Doc took a hit and got right back up and was hitting again. So good sign so far. Oh my goodness, Dobesh scaring us all going out to play the puck, although that's what you get from him. Always a little risk in his play. Really nice pass to Slavkovsky up the middle of the ice. What do we got here? Ah, oh, come on, really? What do we got here? Now, Slavkovsky was the one with the puck. But then the stick of the Tampa player was knocked out of his hands, and they're always going to call that one. So Slav is not happy about it, but he will. There's still time for a full power play. There's still time for a full power play for Slavkovsky. So Timur, you might have to go live. I don't think I'm not that laggy. I'm like a minute behind. But if I'm very laggy to you, then it's possible that you need to just press live to get live. If that's what you're referring to, of course. Right. If it was Jack guy taking a bad penalty, we'd never hear the end of it. Sad to see how soft the game has become. Yeah, there's certain things that they'll let go. I feel like they're still pretty like chill about like cross checks for the most part. Certainly like using your shoulder, but knocking the stick out of the guy's hand they're gonna call it every time, which is why the players sometimes are a little soft on holding their sticks. Well, an ill-timed penalty for Slavkovsky. Let's see if it costs them. Oh, Dobesh with a nice stop, able to hold the puck with Hagel and Gensel kind of hanging around. Those two guys are going to be a pain in the butt all season, all series. Yeah, as long as it's consistent for both sides. So this is a second power play for Tampa tonight. First, the Canadiens went 0 for 1 on their first power play. So we'll see if things get evened out a little bit. Not feeling good. No, no, no. It's okay. Right? Not that bad. Faceoff wins. Habs 7-10. I like the Habs on faceoffs. I mean, they've got Suzuki, Jano, Evans, who I think are all pretty solid on faceoffs. And then we've got potentially Veleno can come in. Not tonight, obviously. He's not playing, but he can come in other games. Whiskey. I wish I had a whiskey. No, I have a just a regular old Pepsi tonight. All right, Kucherov's back at top of the circle again, trying to circulate. Oh, I think Gensel thought he had that one. They gave Gensel a little too much room there. That was a great shot. That's the play they're trying to give to Caulfield all the time, but like in the opposite way. But kind of get him to like circle around, and then he's got sort of the far side for a shot. I think he thought he had that one, but he didn't. Still 1-0 Habs. 1:07 left in the first period. Yeah, love seeing Josh Anderson tonight, man. He's having a good start to this game. Two very good penalty kills. And obviously, he's got the lone goal so far. Josh Anderson, man. Clobbering Gensel along the boards. You love to see it. So Tampa had 3 shots on the power play, but nothing to show for it. And now Hagel goes. So this one's kind of interesting because it's 12 seconds. I mean, he got high stick and they didn't call it. But it's because the Tampa guy got in there. So. And it was as he was being interfered. So. Hey, man, that's how it goes so far. But I mean, Cooper's like, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, high stick the guy. So Gooley high sticks Hagel, right? Or Hagel, the puck handler. And then oh yeah, so Braden Point's got the puck, right? So Braden Point's skating. Gooley comes in to take the body. Hagel clearly interferes with him, but in interfering with him, Gooley high sticks. Uh, high sticks point. So terrible. So Gooley does get the double minor in the end, even though it came about from the interference. I don't know about that one, guys. What a start to this game, God. Oh my God. If you guys are not fans of the refs, tonight's not going to make you feel any better. Right. It's a contact by Hagel that leads to the high stick. So it counts as does it. I mean, is he still responsible for a stick? I can't say that that's a rule that I'm super familiar with. So somebody's gonna have to let me know where that lands exactly. So the rule is the player is responsible for his stick as much as it's a weak call. He's responsible. Well, there you go. Then they called it by the letter of the law, as ridiculous as that is. But anyways, we're gonna get to the end of the first period here without anything. So the Canadians will start next period shorthanded. But in the meantime, the first period is over, and the Habs are up 1-0. Josh Anderson, your lone goal scorer. Not bad. Bob says Montreal's playing with fire, giving them all these power plays. They sure are. You don't want to wake up the beast here. TNT announcer saying the rules is penalty regardless of the initial call. Well, there you go. Yeah, Rick Wood said the same thing. So I guess that's what's going on here. Good period by the Habs, having to play Tampa and the refs. Yeah, stick was high to start, so it's bad luck. Timor says yes. The stick was up there, and then Karen says it's codswaddle. That's a fun word to say. Codswaddle. Business Casual says, well, once again, it's Habs versus the refs. I'm so tired of saying it's getting worse every single year. Absolutely insane. Blue says, the problem is he was responsible for his own. The problem is he was responsible for his own stick. Hagel interfered, hitting his stick into his teammate's face. For the Rick Wood says, for the result of the first period for Habs compared to the rest of the season, this is a great period. It's true. They're not traditionally not a very good first period team, so this is not too bad actually. Bob says we're winning, which is good, but we need more shots. Yes, they can end the game with 12 shots. That would be good. Tighten up in the center ice zone and to stop taking penalties. Yeah, I think penalties. Okay. Max says 0 hits in the first for Doc. So much for his size. He might as well be 5'4". You know what? He had 2 chances in front of the net where he used his body. So although he did not use his body to hit people, did not hate his play in the first period. I actually thought he had a decent period, all things considered. Business Casual says it makes no sense if there's no interference. The stick wouldn't have come up. The fact that they call it interference logically cancels out the high stick. You would think so, right? That was what I thought as well, but I guess not. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement that is the rule. So they did get the penalty, but it's kind of a weird rule. Kelly Morgan says good period on the road after one. We need to pick it up offense in the second. Yeah, one goal is not going to be enough. Yeah, Blue says I thought Doc had a solid first. EF FEMQ says I thought the whole Doc line was good. Yeah, I didn't think they were that bad actually. I thought they were pretty solid. I saw Doc hit a couple guys. Wonder why it says he has no hits yet. Pretty sure Sportsnet missed our first 3 shots on goal as well. It's not Sportsnet. It's the internal the arena, right? Who decides that stuff. And then Max says you have to be in control of your stick no matter what, and that's the rule. Yeah, ultimately, even if we think the rule is bad, it is the rule, and it is the rule, the law of the land, right? So he did get the penalty, but who do we have some interesting? Do we have some interesting ice time so far? We've got. I mean, Matheson played 8:58. He's gonna play a lot tonight. Hudson played 7:18 only, and that's with all the penalties. Struble 4:07 and Jack I only played 3:40, so we're not gonna see much of them, and we're gonna see a lot of Gooley tonight. Already 36 hits between the two teams so far. So lots of hitting in the early going. Even Caulfield. Mark says, Tampa outplayed us, but Dobish kept us in. We need to pick it up more shots, more offense. Business Casual says, it was more evenly paced. I think Tampa, I would give this period a slight advantage to Tampa. I do think that beyond even the power plays, I think slight edge to Tampa. But as I said earlier, I think the Habs held serve. I think when they had their own chances, so not too bad, not too bad, not a great, not too bad, which I'll take. Yeah, Matheson had 8:48 of ice time in the first period. He is going to play until Dobson comes back. He's going to play an awful lot. If Dobson comes back, of course we don't. We don't actually know yet. And yes, Dobesh has looked very good so far. Dobesh was the difference maker that period. Yeah, he's got 9 saves in the first period. Um, Pretty good. Business Casual says the confidence Dobish has shown in the last couple months has been phenomenal. So impressed with him. I mean, one of the hottest goalies in the league, really, since what's his name? The new goalie coach took over. Mark says, I know shots don't matter a whole lot, but Slav had a shot, Newhook had a shot, Hudson had a shot, and they still missed them. Wonder if it will be fixed. You got to take advantage of opportunities as they get them. Uh, but yeah, as far as the scoreboard goes, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know why they weren't caught. Why weren't counted in the early going? It's always strange. That injury time, Blue says that injury time off for Carey might have done him a lot of good. That was a great period. I think so too. I think he was. I think Carrier, the way he plays, he takes a pounding. So I definitely think that he benefits a lot. No way the Habs have a shot if they are shorthanded 4-1 every period, Mark says. Michael says. Yes, I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen again. Oh, sorry. Sorry, do you think we'll see Jacob Fowler this series? Sorry, I mistyped a little bit. Do you think we'll see Jacob Fowler this series? Not this period. This series, obviously. Do you think we'll see Jacob Fowler in this playoff series? I think we will eventually. Not because Dobish isn't good. It was a typo. Oh my god, you guys are. It was a typo. It happens. It's Sunday. It's Sunday at 5:45. It's a weird time for a game. My brain is usually in barbecue mode right now. I'm not usually thinking about typing is overrated. I know, that's why I like talking out loud. I like talking out loud. I can just say whatever. I can instantly correct myself, which is important. You guys aren't so sure. Not unless Dobie is a stinker. I don't think so. Not until if Dobesh loses. At least you have your lucky hat, Bob. I purposely wore this hat for you. I was maybe gonna wear another hat. I wore this for the live blog. You said it was good luck, so I wanted to. I have a 16-ounce rare steak filling a large cavity in my belly. Damn, you guys eat good tonight. I was gonna say I wish I had a steak, but honestly I don't because I would be asleep right now and not able to talk to you. No Fowler if Dobesh keeps playing this way. Fair enough. Ride the hot hand till the end. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think why wouldn't they like to maybe get him a game in? I don't know, but obviously the priority is winning and – And you shave too. I did. I had a function I had to go to before this, so I had to look proper. But I usually like to be shaved. I don't usually like to. I don't like being scruffy usually. So we had to look right for the playoffs, right? Habs need to shoot the puck and lay the body. They did okay body wise. I will say it was 20 to 6, 21-17 in the end. So hits in the first was 21-17 Tampa. So not bad, not bad. I hate to say it, but in my opinion, Marty would put Monty in before Fowler. No, we're never gonna. Well, maybe next year, but we're not gonna see Montembeau again. I don't think we're ever gonna see Montembeau again, but we're certainly not gonna see Montembeau again this series. I think you guys have a better chance of seeing Carey Price in nets than than Montembeau at this point. You have cited Doc and Bolduc as two guys who need to be more physical. They have one hit between the two of them in the first period. So yes, they would like to see a lot more of that. Mark says the game wasn't very physical at all. There were quite a few hits, but you're right. It was not chippy after the play. I will say. So they do need to be a little more physical, but yes, the game has not called for it yet. So we'll see what happens. You have to remember the PPs and PKs when looking at hits looking at hits and ice time. Yes, that is true. That does twist things a little bit. Which is why I think Lane Hudson is going to play a crazy amount tonight because the Canadians had some penalty trouble in the first, and he still had quite a bit of ice time. Matheson had a little more, but I do think that if there's more 5-on-5 play, Hudson's going to play pretty much half the game the rest of the way. Wouldn't shock me at all, especially with Dobson out. Do we have any other games? I guess there's none other going like right this moment. Is there? No. So the Avalanche beat the Kings 2-1 today. That's closer than it ought to be. Lehkonen, look at our boy Lehkonen getting in there, scoring the winner. You'll love to see it. And then tonight we've got the Sabres and Bruins and the Utah Mammoth against the Vegas Golden Knights. Are you guys following that? Yeah, are you guys? What are you doing? Are you following that Sabres Bruins series? Is that going to be the big other one for you? Obviously, implications with the Habs and what happens to the Habs. All right, we're almost back for the second period. Habinations. It's not really. I'm just following the Habs this year. I didn't do any hockey pools, so I don't care. Just the Habs. It is a lot to follow. Sabres and Bruins, definitely. Hey, Karen. Good to see you, Karen. I'm glad you could join us. Hey, you did get to watch Andy's goal. We'll be joining live now. Drinking hand, ready to win. Well, we are back for the second period. And Tampa is still on the power play. Don't you forget it. As per the NHL team's website, Canadiens have 27 players, 15 Canadian, 4 American, 8 European. Tampa has 28 players, 12 Canadian, 6 American, 10 European. So they're a little more European than the Habs are. No, not by much. And we got Cooch going to the box. Delayed penalty coming up here. So how much is that power play? It's 107? 108. So we got 108 of 4-on-4 hockey coming here. Carrier's like, look, Carrier's looking at his nose here, and he's like, yo, I'm bleeding, my dude. Go. Wait. What? 2 minutes for Cooch. Carrier's like, I'm bleeding. Come on, man. That rule's so stupid. the guys are trying to rub their nose. Yeah, I'm bleeding. Come on. Call it. So silly. So not only is the penalty negated and the Habs get a little 4-on-4 time, Canadians will also get a little power play time at the end of this. So hopefully they can make something happen. All right, so far nothing to do it on 4-on-4. A little bit of ice now for Tampa though. They tried to set that one up for point in front, but got deflected away. Ooh, point just battling Matheson, and The Tampa Bay Lightning are going to let the 4-on-4 evaporate, and now it's 49 seconds of a Habs power play. So a little brief 40-second power play right now. If the Habs can make something happen. So far, they're going to have to get the puck off of Zemgus Girgenssen's stick. All right. Habs are able to keep the puck in the zone and hold the line, get the puck to Hudson. Nice little shot through traffic. Is it going to get out? No, it's going to stay in. Oh. Suzuki circling the net. Oh, Slavkovsky right in front of the net, man. Just couldn't get the handle on the. Oh, and then Caulfield. Great pass to Demidov in the corner to. Very nice end of that power play. Not much going on at 4-on-4, but as the penalty expired and we got back to 5-on-5, the Habs were in the zone and they got a couple. Slavkovsky and Caulfield with a couple nice chances there. We're still 1-0 though. 9-5 in shots supposedly, but as we've discussed already, who knows really what to believe with that. Yeah, look at Jackeye, man. Reading the play nice. Can he keep it up? And Doc, hey, Doc just knocked somebody down. So, Max, there you go. You got what you wanted there. Radish with a nice chance, kind of top of the dot there on the left side. Had a nice shot. Yeah, Radish, man, that was a nice play off the boards. Radish all alone, but you know what? There's nobody in front of the net. Dobesh is square to the shooter. He's going to take care of those ones 9 times out of 10. So the Tampa Bay Lightning are up to 10 shots now in the game. In the game only. I mean, we're 4 minutes into the second period and they've got 10 shots. So it's not like the Canadians have 4 shots. I feel like the scorers are just generally being a bit. Sometimes they're a little stingy giving out the shots, I would say. Arbor playing good. He needs to keep it simple. That's exactly it. Arbor does not need to get out of position to lay down a hit. The opportunities to crush guys will present themselves to him. He need not get out of position for it. Oh, nice try to trying to feather it out there. Anderson once again driving the net. 5 minutes into the second period, man. Not a lot going on so far. It's been quiet. Demidov with a tried to fire a backhand from a weird angle and unfortunately goes right back to Kucherov and he takes the puck up the ice. Nice shot from the point from Kucherov, but lots of bodies on the way in front and it didn't make it to the net. Okay. Chance for Habs to resettle. So they're being outshot 10-5 this game. They're up 1-0 though. And it's been a really quiet game so far, I have to say. Not a lot of fireworks so far, but you know that it won't take much to set either of these teams off. You can definitely tell that the playoff tension is bubbling a little bit here. I think right now the Canadians are really just trying to play a sound defensive game. Nice job, Jackeye getting the puck deep and then hitting his man. And he's back to play on defense. So far, so good for the Jackeye Struble pairing. Oh man, who was that? Stole the puck and then he just kind of gave it right back to Tampa, and now they're going back up the ice. Must have been Caulfield, eh? Oh, and now Tampa's got a nice chance here. They got Habs got to get this out ASAP. Okay, there you go. Very nice. That could have been bad. And now Caulfield's in. Habs are definitely playing different styles so far. With Dobson out there playing a better defensive game rather than an offensive game. Yeah, they're definitely not jumping up the ice so much. They're not doing the quick transition. I mean, you don't want them to get too far away from their game, but oh, what a great play by Hudson to block that 2-on-1. Very nice play by Hudson. You like to see that. You know, I did see a lot of sort of stats related articles this past week. A lot of people saying that Hudson gets a lot of flack for not being more of an offensive defenseman than defensive defenseman, but the stats don't really bear that out. The stats definitely show him to be a pretty sound defensive defenseman. In addition, defensive one. Who's that laughing behind the net? Yanni Gourde laughing up a storm. What's so funny there? What's so funny there, dude? As he's yeah, what's Yanni Gourde? What's Yanni Gourde trying to pull here? He's I always thought that he might be a guy that the Canadians might want. When the Canadians were kind of chased, when it was pretty clear that Gourde was not going to stay for long for with Seattle, and I thought that Gourde might have been a decent pickup for the Habs, but I think he always wanted to go back to Tampa. Tampa's starting to open it up. Habs will look to have quick breakouts. Hey, Al Wilson was the man. Was so on for the game. I forgot that you were live. Well, thank you for joining. We're here all night. Well, we're not here all night. We're here for the duration of the game anyway. Andy and Slav defending Hudson. So far, I've seen Slavkovsky implicate himself physically here, which you like to see. I think I like what I've seen so far. Uh, the team looks ready, man. The team looks ready so far. So we're gonna get a 4-on-4. It looks like Perhaps Gourde and yeah, perhaps Gourde and Anderson go into the box. That's what it says. I don't know why. Seemed like a scrum. You missed my typos. Oh, there's many more typos. Many more typos to come. I'm sure. Is this game a lot tamer than we thought? There's not much happening so far. Yeah, I think it's a long series, Mark. I think both teams are coming out little I don't want to say tentative, but they're like feeling each other out. I don't think they wanted a 100 penalty minute crazy thing like the last time they faced each other. I do think that they want it to be chill. Well, it's 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and typically that would benefit the faster team. But I will say the Tampa Bay Lightning are going to probably put out like Point and Hagel, and so I I think Tampa is also quite well suited for 4-on-4. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, more penalty trouble, but this time affecting both sides. It's gonna be 4-on-4. Obviously, Radish, who had such a good season, is somebody that you're gonna want to watch out for. Jake Evans out with 4-on-4. If you want to know a little bit about where the Habs lie on wanting to play it safe defensively today, and they're not even it's 4-on-4. They're not even like trying to enter the zone here. Okay, now they get it in, but not deep. Yeah, Masson had to take a face wash, but he does get the puck deep in the end. Now here's Hudson with the puck. All right, they're circulating pretty well, but they're not exactly getting close to the net here. U.S. announcers mentioned 114 penalty minutes the first three games, 126 the last. Not sure if they mentioned on the Canadian broadcast. Not sure if they mentioned on the Canadian broadcast, but I did mention it right here in the live blog. 126 penalty minutes last game. I believe I said 120 plus because I was like, was it 124 or 126? I don't remember. But 126 penalty minutes last game. So far, quite a few penalties to this game, but not of the particularly aggressive variety. More just like errant slashes and high sticks. Okay, back to 5-on-5. Not much happened there. So real quiet so far. Puck back to the point. Hey, and it's in it. Look who's there again. Did Josh Anderson just score his second goal? Certainly looking like he did. 5 shots on goal this game, this entire game. And it's up 2-0. Matheson with the point shot through all kinds of traffic. Looks like it hits at least one Tampa guy. Ooh. Did Anderson high stick it? It certainly looks like he did. Is that a high stick? I think it might be. What are we saying? What are we saying here? That looked like a high stick to me, I have to say. Huh. I'm a little surprised there. Wow. It looks like they're still looks like they're still looking at it though, but gotta say I'm a little surprised. I if I have to be totally real with you guys, I do think it might have been a high stick. It does look like just a smidge high. Oh yeah. No? Yeah. Sorry, y'all. That was indeed a high stick. Nah, that was a high stick. Oh! Josh Anderson just destroyed a guy. Oh my goodness. Anderson is having a night. And it's Dastu who's down. I mean, Anderson's going to the box. I don't know why. That looked clean to me. This is crazy. I mean, Dastu should absolutely go to concussion protocol. He got bonked in the head. I don't know. That looked clean to me. Yeah, why is that a penalty? I don't understand. That looked clean to me. I thought that was clean. This is ridiculous if you got a penalty for that. What? 5-minute major for Anderson? What are you talking about? Well, they're going to review that, but like, come on. That would look clean to me. What is it even a penalty for? He hit the guy. That was just a regular old hit. I don't understand what you're even calling. This is unreal. Well, we wanted Josh Anderson heavily implicated, and Josh Anderson is heavily implicated. Max says, even if it's 5 minutes, I like the message. That is the biggest hit of the night so far. But I don't understand what the penalty is for. It looked clean to me. So crazy. Do they call it a 5 minute major so they can review it? That's a weird rule, but if that's what it is, that's what it is. Yeah, no way that should be 5. For sure not. All right, what do we got? Okay. So officially, Anderson gets 2 minutes for charging, which I think is still pretty bogus. Um, he continued at full speed. When has that ever been a problem in the NHL? When has hitting a guy at full speed ever been an issue? I swear, I don't think I've ever seen anyone care. It better be overturned. That's playoff hockey. Hit him with the back shoulder. That's what I thought. Anyways, it's another Tampa power play with 9:04 to go in the period and another chance for the Tampa Bay Lightning to get back in this. They are down a goal. It is 1-0. Josh Anderson, the man in the box. Hey, Morgan, good to see you. Yeah, you've been on Josh Anderson all season. Tonight is the night. He's proven that he's a playoff performer, Morgan. I knew Josh had it in him. But yes, we don't always get this Josh Anderson. It's hard to be this Josh Anderson every day. Charging, I thought that was out of the rule book. Can't remember the last time I saw it called. I know, it's crazy. I can't believe they called it. But so far, so good on the PK for the Canadiens. All right, Cooch in his usual spot. Oof. Oh, off the post. Dobesh down. Another shot, Radish. Puck keeps bouncing right into the middle of the ice. One of the Canadian players got a broken stick, so that's not good. Ah. Radish ties it up, and Chris Cuthbert is real happy. Real happy. Well, that's a completely just bogus penalty, bogus everything. But hey, man, you give a team enough power plays, they're gonna capitalize. Oof. I mean, I can't believe that first shot didn't make it. Are you kidding me? It's 2-1 Tampa. Unreal. Now the Habs are looking not as confident as they were a few minutes ago. So Hudson loses it behind the net, and then it's Hagel who just comes out, slips in a nice little backhand, beats Dobesh. Rough, 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 rough. Are they challenging? What are they thinking? I mean, what a crazy change. That looked for a second there that the Habs might have been up 2-0 off a Josh Anderson goal, and then that was disallowed because it was a high stick. And then Anderson takes a penalty the next shift, and Tampa is now suddenly up 2-1. That them is the playoffs, man. You cannot take your foot off the gas for 1 second. The Canadiens really now, with 6:23 left in the second period, really need to settle down here, not make any more impetuous mistakes. Yeah. So Canadians definitely need to settle down here. Kelly says, still a lot of time, Habs fans. Need to quiet this crowd down and get back into it. Skydigger says, only 5 shots. I feel like they've had more than 5 shots, but this period has kind of gone away from them a little bit, I will say. They need more shots. They need to start getting in the offensive zone. And we need to see their star players start to turn it up. They have not turned it up yet. Hi, Pimfash. By the way, I didn't say hi. I didn't say hi. You came right in mid goal, and I was typing and typing and typing. So I missed saying hello. But hello, Pimfash. Good to see you again. Canadians are, as you know, the Canadians are currently down 2-1. They're being outshot 16-5 They were leading 1-0 for most of the game up until this point, and then they allowed 2 goals in a span of 29 seconds. Oh boy. All right, Habs are in the zone. Can they finally get something done here? Another thing about the shots thing is that they're definitely trying to they're trying to beat Vasilevsky from far. They're trying to get shots through traffic. And so far it's not like super succeeding. So it's a real question of oh, they're playing the Angine de Poitrine. We love that. Are you guys down with the Angine de Poitrine band? They're great. They're from Quebec. Well, Quebec music. We love to see that. Let's see some dangling out there. Speed kills. Need to win with Hedman now. That's a very important point. This team gets a little bit harder when Hedman's back. Not that I think that Hedman is like the Hedman of old, but certainly any Hedman is good to have. So they will have to watch out a little bit and try to take. I think that look. I think if the Canadians don't steal one on the road in these two, then they don't win the series. I think that's pretty fair to say. So they really need to steal one. Mark says, man, oh man, this team is not playing well at all. Having trouble putting passes together and getting shots to the net. Pretty disappointing so far, in my opinion. Pipvash says, 5 shots is absolutely pathetic. Somebody tell the Habs the playoffs have started. Their cute plays are not going to work. They need to drive the net a little bit harder, I would say, Pimp. 5 shots is definitely not enough. We need to see more bodies in front. Josh Anderson was a body in front, and look what happened. Scored once and almost scored a second goal. He's the only guy doing it so far. I thought Doc did a couple good ones in the first period. Haven't seen him in the second. Max says, I don't like the passengers in this game. Rick says the penalty to Anderson changed the pace of the game, not the 16-5 shots on goal. Well, they did score. So Tampa has scored 2 goals in a span of 29 seconds to take a 2-1 lead. The Habs were up 1-0. And while the shots were lopsided, I did feel like it was maybe not a super accurate look at what was going on. But the Canadians have since given up this lead, and now they're definitely playing a little more reflective of the shot total. I don't think the Canadians have played a particularly good second period, and this is not how they were hoping to get started here in the postseason. 7-1 shots the period for Tampa. That's not good. This cannot happen. You can't be outshot 7-1 in a period, in any period. Ouch. All right, well, there's 3:12 left in this period. A very disappointing period. But again, it's only a one-goal game, and the Canadians, as we've seen in the past, do have a possibility of jumping on offense quickly and doing things in transition. So let's see what they can do. We got Slavkovsky jumping into the rush. Oh, and he got absolutely plastered. But he's up and he's hitting. He's hitting back. He's mad. Don't get too mad there, buddy. You guys have the puck. Well, you don't have the puck anymore, but we do want Slavkovsky to fight back, but we don't want him to take any stupid penalties. They don't need to take any stupid penalties right now. Caulfield with 0 shots, 0 shot attempts so far. Yes, he has not been, have not seen him so far today. He prides himself on being a big game player, but we have not seen him yet. So we'll see what happens. But of course, the night is young. So Habination says not playing Gallagher was a mistake. Who would you have taken out if not for Gallagher? I'm curious to know. Yeah, I'm curious to know if you want to get Gallagher in, who would you take out? Not to say that there aren't players that you could take out. I'm sure Bolduc hasn't had a good night tonight. I know a lot of you not feeling Doc's game. There are options. Doc is not effective. Would rather see Gallagher. Maybe that hit will wake up Slavkovsky. He looked mad going back to the bench. I hope that did wake him up, by the way. Doc or Texier. Yeah, Texier is another one who hasn't done anything tonight. Doc. Here's the makeup penalty. Yes, but another penalty in the with less than 2 minutes remaining. Really annoying. Really annoying stuff. But again, this is like one of those penalties where it's like there's 128 left. It's not great. Mark says Caulfield doesn't have a shot attempt. This is Toronto. We'd say that he can't perform the playoffs and we'd run him out of town. Yo, we're not even 2 periods into this. Give it time. They're about to go on a power play. He's got plenty of time to maybe get something done. I would like to see Doc, Bolduc, and Texier sit, but that isn't possible. You know, somebody's got to play. Unless you want Line back in. Do you want Line back in? Another truncated penalty. I know this is annoying. These power plays are not. These are not ideal. Not ideal scenarios to have a power play here. Nice face-off win for the Habs, getting it back to Hudson. They're trying to move the puck real fast, and maybe a little too fast, I'd say. Oh, Demidov off foot with a one-timer. Vasilevsky with the blocker save. But I do like that he tried to go for the shot. How about it? Is that in? Can he get it in? No, Demidov with a chance and he can't get it in. Vasilevsky was sliding all over the place. Vasilevsky was turned around in front of the net. I thought he was going to put the puck in himself. And then it ends up. Oh, 3 chances. Demidov, Hudson. Now Caulfield's got it. There you go. Tied up. Power play goal. Hey, you guys were right. Wait, Max, you were right. You did say he was going to get pissed off, and he did get pissed off. Look how pissed he is. Love it. So there you go. Demidov and Caulfield get the assist. And you guys were saying all kinds of things about Caulfield. I thought he was circulating the puck real good on that. Looking real good on that. Well, there you go. So be it. Tied up at 2. For all that period where the Canadiens certainly did not look good, they were outshot 7-1 at a certain point. They did tie it up. Huge goal on a truncated PP. I know that's the hardest power play to score on. I'm more than okay with Cole getting assists 2. Blue says, great game for the Habs so far. Tied going into the third in Tampa. Slav was cross-checking the face just before the goal. Mark said, yeah, he looked pissed off. Man, Mark says, I usually listen to the game in French, but I use companies, so I'm watching Sportsnet. I thought the announcer was going to cry when Slav scored. Yes, they did seem very. They're not hiding it very well tonight. Perhaps I'm not either. So we're not. None of us are so great. Although I'm not much of a professional, so it's okay. Habs can beat these guys. EFYMQ says Tampa looks like the less confident team. They don't look that great. Outside of that little burst, they haven't looked amazing. The Habs have not. Neither team has looked amazing so far. I think this game is still anybody's chicken right here. Max says they still have a very tough battle. They're being horribly outplayed. That has to change quick. They better come firing in the third period. EF says refs have tilted this game big time. Still tied. Rick says impossible that the Habs tied it up, according to Pimp. Okay, he's feeling the type of way. Mark, if you think this is bad, you should have listened to them during the 2021 series against the Leafs. Karen said, yes, that was really bad. But yeah, do the Canadiens have a little momentum going into the third? That is the all-important question. So the question I'm asking you guys that I'm curious to know: do the Habs have momentum? Do they have the momentum heading into the third period? Let me know what you think. Bob says the Bolts are bigger, tougher, and meaner, but the Habs are younger, hungrier, and faster. Stay out of the box, and we can take this game. This is the classic. What was it? Age versus age and wisdom versus youth and impetuousness. I guess tonight. This is a fable of some kind. John Bartlett is fabulous. I know. Where's John Bartlett? I want John Bartlett tonight. Why isn't John Bartlett doing the game? They're young, so it's hard to tell. Yes, they do have the momentum can shift quickly for them in both a positive and negative sense. Mark says, I don't think they have the momentum, but neither do the Bulls. Hey, if you're on the road, that's pretty good. Max says, I don't like all the passengers tonight. They can't win with three or four guys not showing up. Max, who's got to show up in the third period? I'd love to know who you think. Who do you think's the one who's got to like take it to the next level? Rick says it's going to be a toss up. Over the season, the Habs comeback has been the third, but this is the playoff hockey. Yeah, it's a different ball game this time. They're happy to have tied it up, but I don't think they have momentum. Okay, they're still not quite there yet. Fair enough, Team Morphed. Fair enough. Kelly says, in my opinion, anybody's game at this point, as always, a mistake will end up in your net. Yeah. Sportsnet crew is talking about the missed call on Hagel leading to his goal. Is it the offside or what was it? What did they miss exactly? Hagel was holding Hudson. Yeah. Yeah, those are the cagey vet plays that happen in the playoffs though. They're gonna have to watch out for those. Oh, sad to hear. 14 years that your dog's in by. Well, I hope he's watching on the goal on the was it the Rainbow Road? Is that where the was where the dogs watch it in the end? I hope he is. It's totally anybody's game right now, no doubt about it. Oh, Max says Caulfield needs to bear down in the third and work some magic. Same for Demidov. These guys love the limelight. Here it is. I totally, totally, 100% agree with you, Max. The big boys, these are your big players. They got to be big tonight. They gotta. You guys want to be legends? Tonight's the night you get to be a legend. And he's being watched. He has to be careful. Yeah, totally. Yeah, now I'm sad about your dog too as well. Oh, I'm being told it's the Rainbow Bridge. The Rainbow Bridge is where your dog is watching the game all comfy, 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 comfy. Karen says it's a Habs 58.8 face-off percentage, but with just a 42% win probability. Well, maybe if they keep winning those face-offs, they'll turn it around. Hopefully. Sportsnet talking about charging, rarely being called. I know, it's such a bizarre call. It definitely feels, Mark, like one of those plays where they punish the result and not the actual infraction, right? Like that Stu got hit in the head, so they have to call something. It's kind of how I like feel about that one. 38 days ago, Al, we're so sorry about your pup, man. Oh, Blues got one too. Border Collie turning 14. Well, all the best to your Border Collie. Hope they're enjoying the game too. Jack Eye, 5 hits and 727. You love it. I think he's having a good night. I get that the game has gotten tight and I don't want to like necessarily risk it by putting him out there. But I'll say, as a sixth defenseman, getting like 7 or 8 hits and playing like 10 to 12 minutes, Jack Eye's doing his job. And I ain't mad about that in the playoffs. If he plays 10 minutes and he just hits a bunch of guys, happy with that. Happy with that result. Oh yeah, man. No, don't Jack Eye has been fine. Hey, that's nothing wrong. Hey, nothing wrong with being fine. I know that Max was talking about passengers before. Arbor Jack Guy, not a passenger tonight. Arbor Jack Guy don't play much. He doesn't have to. He's getting done what he needs to get done. I like it. Karen, do check your pulse every so often. Make sure it's not racing too much. I know though. I know what you mean though. These games are tense, man, and it's months, potentially months of tense games. We'll see what happens. I think Jack I should play more, Max says. I mean, if he's playing well, why not play more? But so far, I can't say that I've seen anything from the defense that makes me think like, oh, they're not playing that well. To me, it's really been the forwards that have been kind of lackluster tonight. And then obviously just taking some bad penalties. Oh yeah, go get another little pup. I'm sure lots of pups out there who need a new home. You know what I mean? I hope you get one that could really use a good home. Lots of pups out there don't have one. All right, let me know who needs to turn it up in the third period. Oh, you like Jack? You like his cannon? I mean, the way that the game is moving a little slower tonight. I do wonder if Jack Eye's shot might be a little better at cutting through the traffic a little bit. Galley can't turn it up. Galley can only turn it up from the press box tonight, unfortunately. Oh my God, a little Suzuki jersey. Al, you're killing me right now. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. Much love, much love. A little Suzuki jersey. That's the cutest thing I've ever. Literally the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life, dude. Honestly, that's beautiful. Mark says all of them need to turn it up in the third. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The only guy who doesn't is Anderson. Anderson's the only guy who's just been all over the place today. Um, so Anderson, I feel like is good. but everybody else could stand to play a little better. I think Hudson's had an okay game so far. I think he's got another gear on offense. I would love to see that. He is currently your ice time leader at 17-9. Love you too, man. Love you too. Hey, hold on. Your ice time leader so far, Lane Hudson at 1709. And I think he's going to play a lot more in the third, especially since I think personally, and maybe this is wishful thinking, I don't think we're going to see as many penalties, if any, in the third period. I think that the penalty train, now that the Habs have scored on the power play, there's not really any need for like any makeup calls. I think they're going to look the other way on most stuff. So I think both teams have a chance to, I think, bear down a little bit and try to establish a physical presence here. But we'll see. I don't think we'll see it. I don't know. I think the penalty train is up. We'll see. That's my guess. But yeah, other guys who I think need to turn it up in the third. Oh, feeling Nick Suzuki triple overtime goal. Oh my god, please no triple overtime. Not on game one. I love an overtime game as much as the next guy, but a game one on a Sunday with this weird 5:45 start. No, no, no overtime, please. Please, please someone resolve this in the third period. Yeah, so we've established Caulfield needs to turn it up. One no shots tonight. Unacceptable. Um I would say that New Hook needs to turn it up, but I don't think he's had a bad game. I just don't think he's got a lot of offense for these kind of games, but we can see he's using his speed and he's hitting. He's actually the leader in hits tonight outside of Jack Eye. New Hook has 4 hits tonight. Uh, Dano Evans doing what they do. Bolduc hasn't really played much, hasn't really done anything. Doc, Texier, we've established those guys. Kapanen's barely playing. I don't know if we'll see much from him. And then obviously Demidov would love to see a little bit more. I'd love to see Texier do something. I thought Texier looked good in the first and then dipped in the second, but I feel you, but I love OT in the playoffs. There's nothing in sports. I think there's nothing in sports better than NHL playoffs OT. So tempting, so tough, and so nerve wracking. But all right, Newey had a decent first and eased up in the second. Yeah, I agree. New Hook and Texier, that line, I didn't think that looked okay at first. Texier had a couple nice plays at first, but that was about it. But we are indeed back for the third period. Uh, Not even straight. So it's now 16-9. So it's now, I don't remember how it ended, but it's officially 16-9 in shots. I feel like they've been a little fairer than to the Habs, or they've been a little more, giving them a little more back. Uh, Caulfield has stunk the joint out. -1, 0 shots, running and hiding since he get checked in the first. Timur, you may eat your words here. Do I agree with you that he hasn't had a good game? I do agree with you that he has not had a good game. But Cole Caulfield all season, the man scored 51 goals, and the man has all season proven you and many doubters wrong. So he's in familiar territory here, where he's hasn't played great and has doubters to prove, but he has still an entire period. We're back for the third period. So all these guys that we were bad mouthing all game, who weren't playing that good, Mark said they all need to turn it up. He's right, but they got 20 minutes and they can turn it up right now, and that could massively, our impressions of them all could change massively in the next 20 minutes. 32 Habs hits. Anderson probably has 20 himself. Weirdly enough, they've only given him two. It's been a team effort on the hit in the hit counter, except for Jack Eye and Newhook. Newhook with four. Newhook definitely has the makings of like a good two-way player, but he's just not that good on without the puck. Like he's not that. I don't know. He's not like that much of a difference maker without the puck, I'd say. Bit of a weird turnover there. Anderson got the puck knocked loose, leaving the zone, and now the heavy Nick Paul line. Nick Paul is a guy that I can't freaking stand for Tampa. He's a very good player. Uh, they absolutely fleeced Ottawa a few years back for him. Okay, well the Habs I think just hogtied somebody and didn't get a penalty. So I think the refs are going to put the whistles in. I think the refs are going to put their whistles away, but I could be wrong. All right, first line got the puck. Can they get anything done? Oh, they turned it over. In fairness to Newey, he's never had great lines to excel with. Well, he's playing with Demidov now, so he really has no excuse. And I do think I understand the logic of Texier. Um, well, the makeup call was the Kucherov one that they scored on, or was it the makeup call was the one at the end of the second. Geeky, the geeky penalty was the makeup call, I think. Suzuki, yeah, the whole top line's been quiet tonight. I mean, they did score on the power play, but oh, Texier, a very nice pass to Demidov, but oh, what a play! Oh, Tex, wow. See, that's why Texier plays with Demidov. He's the one guy who can really stick handle in the offensive zone and create offense, even if he's a guy who doesn't put up a lot of points. He's a guy who does create a lot in the offensive zone and can hang with a top line guy like Demidov. That's why he's on the second line, even if like the results won't necessarily be there. And now the Canadians are just okay. Hudson gets it back. Hopefully they can get it out, but Habs really struggling to get the puck out of the zone, but they get it up to Texier. Can he cut inside? Chernak, man, just rubbed him along the boards. But hey, Texier was able to hold on to the puck, and they still have it. Oh, Jack Eye put the puck off the end boards, and Doc and Bolduc and who's the other guy? And Kapanen are in front of the net. A very nice little thing. Texier has skills in only in sports. Actually, I think he's pretty skilled all the time, but I don't think he consistently gets the stats, like the results. That's the thing about him. He kind of lacks like the killer instinct of like going to the net and getting the points. He's just a very talented stick handler in the offensive zone. And like I don't find that he's too like big on the results. It's like a weird way to put it. But I think he had a good first period and now he's having a good third period. Kucherov's been invisible as well. That's true. They have kind of taken each other out in a way. Oh, that's true. Nick Suzuki did just have a kid. Loose puck. Oh, oh, nice defensive play by Jackeye. Now Jackeye and Cooch was. That's an old school cherry pick by Kucherov. He's already way down at the blue line while his boys are fighting in the zone. But hey, that's how that man creates offense. I won't knock it, but Jackeye with a very nice stop on that stretch pass, and then he gets into a bit of a kerfuffle with Kucherov. Bob says we're losing far too many puck battles. That has been along the boards. It has been very noticeable tonight, and which is why I think Doc is kind of instrumental here. Doc, the one thing that even when Doc is not doing much of anything else, the man can win battles along the boards and create along the boards. So they really need Kirby Doc here to be good at that. And Slav gets taken down. Really? Mark, I was just about to post this. That's your makeup call right there. Habs to the power play. And it's the best penalty killer that they have going to the box. Sorelli, armbar, old school armbar on Slavkovsky, dragged him down. That could have been really bad. Marty, with his anger, made that penalty happen. You're not right. Squeaky wheel gets the grease sometimes. Okay. Canadiens power play. They have one power play goal tonight. It's 15:40 left in the third. It is tied 2-2. This is a golden opportunity for the Canadiens to regain the lead for the first time since Josh Anderson scored the opener. Habs are 1 for 3 technically on the power play. Nice block by Ryan McDonough. Ryan McDonough is getting on in years, and he's not the defenseman he once was. But my goodness, what a shot block on Demidov. He's definitely feeling it back on the bench. Oh, nice face-off win for Suzuki here. Couple chances there. Well, there's you guys were wondering where Caulfield is. Caulfield was right in front of the net there. Two chances to bang home, then Slavkovsky bang home. Man, Slavkovsky is definitely. Slav's got a little bit of Suzuki's newborn seems to have taught him how to win a face off. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yo, I think I like Slavkovsky's swagger right now. This is a guy who wants to win tonight. But that was a low. a low potential shot by Hudson there, and then he loses the puck. Not great. And then he turns it over there. That's first minute. Ryan McDonough, the Hab who should have been. You're not happy with Scott Gomez, Timur? Scott Gomez is the man. Slavkovsky down low. That's how you do it. That's 2 goals. It's 3-2 Habs. The power play is back. Beauty. Three-two Habs. That's what happens when you leave your first unit out for the entire time. Man, they played 150, but why not? Give them a break. Put Dano out now. Okay, botched hand pass. Like, let's all relax, relax. Yeah, what do we got with the salad? You guys talking about salads? We're dissing the Gomez trade. Hey, fair enough. There was one nice playoff run though, in the Gomez era. One of my favorites. Then. Where are the Logan Cooley fans? Alex Polidoro coming in with the draft, with the redraft talk. Very funny. Yes, Yuri Slavkovsky is the man from that draft. Don't get it twisted. Habs with a 71% win probability. Karen, we are getting to some tricky times here. We'll see what happens. So Caulfield has 2 assists tonight after I would say not being pretty quiet tonight and not having a great game, but hey, He's making it work on the power play. Josh Anderson is indeed the man. So it's 3-2 Habs. We have 2 goals now from Uri Slafkovsky, both on the power play. Took it, seemed like he was playing kind of quietly, and then that hit kind of like. Yeah, that's gonna be a an icing. Didn't get to center ice. That's a pretty bad play by Bolduc. I know he tried to feather in a way, like he wasn't trying to. He wasn't like unaware of where he was. He was trying to feather it to Doc, but he let it go a little too much. I'd like Doc to make me eat crow, but man, he's been totally invisible. Yeah, that line has not. I thought they looked all right in the first period, but I haven't done much since. What's the matter with that? Forward pass? Ooh. Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong. The refs are still calling penalties. Bolduc is playing his way to the press box. He sure is. He has not had a good night tonight at all. Definitely think that Veleno or Gallagher can bring more to the table. But you want that. I mean, you want the offense. Not that he's provided much offense of late. Caulfield's still -1, indicative of his play. I don't know about that. I think he definitely set up 2 power play goals really nicely. Power play still counts, and as you know, does not count towards your plus minus. Oh, Evans and Newhook almost teaming up there. That was nice. Can the Habs do something on the penalty kill? That'd be nice. Bouncing puck in front. Can the Habs get it out? No, they cannot. Goes back to the point. Tampa still looking deadly in the power play. Oh, very nice stick by Josh Anderson. Can he get it out? Wow. Gensel with a block shot went right to him, and he had a nice chance to beat Dobesh far side, and Dobesh stacked the pad. And there you go. Well, you're going to keep giving them power plays. They're going to keep scoring on the power play. 3-3. Too many penalties tonight, all around. Well, Duke will not play the rest of the game. That was a brutal penalty. It really was. We could really use a player like Hagel. Every team could use a guy like Hagel. The Habs almost had Hagel. Bergevin was wise to it. Just couldn't get him on the dotted line. As you guys know, Brandon Hagel, as a undrafted player, was in camp at one point in rookie camp. But yeah, not a fan of that penalty. Um, I mean, am I surprised that the refs are calling what they're calling right now? And this is not like a one sided thing. I think it's just in general. I think the refs are calling more penalties than I thought they would. I thought that they would maybe let a few more things go, but I guess not. Kucherov, nice passing, but tried to get around the Habs guy and could not do it. But you know what? For all their penalty trouble, it's 3-3 only. So the Habs are still in this. Still anybody's game. They've closed the gap a little bit in shots. It's 22-15. It's not so bad as it was. So you know what? There's still all kinds of possibilities here. And we're still waiting for the first line 5-on-5 at least to maybe turn things up. They have 2 power play goals to show for tonight, in addition to Josh Anderson having another one. But oh man, look at these battles every time. Sorelli and Gooley behind the net. These are the plays that the Canadiens are going to have to learn how to be good at, and it's kind of new territory for them. They're doing the old USA chant, which is obviously super weird when the players from the teams come from all over the place, but whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. Oh, Nick Paul gets his pocket pick. Paul's pocket picked, entering the zone, and the Canadiens bring it down the ice. Can this third line, which is done, zilch? Come on, Kirby Doc. Doc steals it at the blue line, brings it back in, goes to the net. There you go. Try it. Jackeye nailing guys from behind. Arbor's really slamming away. I know. I like what I've seen from Arbor tonight. Bull Duke out there again. Yeah, hey, Marty's not giving up on guys yet. Love to see either Arbor or Kirby score. I know. I was rooting for Kirby there. Kirby had the nice little steal there at the top of the blue line. Was able to circle the puck back in and then go to the net. And I thought he had a nice little play there. I'm a little surprised they put Kapanen on that line instead of Evans, though, I will say. But I guess they want to have Evans and Deneau on the same line, taking alternating, taking all the penalties. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the move is here, but so be it. All right, Canadians trying to slow this down. There's 7:06 left. It is tied 3-3. Oh, Hudson shot nearly squeaked through. That was a good try. All right, Hudson skating it back out again. First line out now, dumping it in. Look at Slav going into the corner, trying to make stuff happen. Vasilevsky not playing around. He covers it up right away. All right, we're going to commercial break. It is 3-3. 6 minutes to go. Exactly 6 minutes to go. In shots, it's 22-17 Tampa. In face-offs, it's 60%, 59.2% for the Habs. Habs are 2 for 4 on the power play. The Tampa Bay Lightning are 2 for 5 on the power play. And it's 39-32 hits for Tampa. So it's a pretty even game. Hedman's a big part of that group, and I'm sure he'll be back soon. Well, both teams are missing their a big defenseman. The Canadiens, of course, are without Noah Dobson as well, and Noah Dobson could also be back sooner than you think. Maybe. I've heard things. I don't know. I don't know. Vasilevsky with another big save. You know, his playoff numbers the last couple of seasons have not been that impressive, but he's looking like his old self tonight. He's looking pretty darn solid. Karen went back to the first. Okay, well, we'll let you know what happens, but I already bit all my nails. We have a whole series to go. Pimfash would love a Cole Caulfield special. It's crunch time, but he's been quiet so far. I know he needs somebody's got to turn this thing up. Don't know who it's gonna be. Mark says I'm not in the mood for OT. The Habs must finish this for our mental health. I know, just for my own. Jack Eye continues to impress. Marty was wrong about this kid. All right, 6 minutes to go, y'all. And it's in the offensive zone here. Dobson should just pull a Ronnie Lott and cut the thumb off and cut back in there. I know he did it. Ronnie Lott did that for real. I hope Dobson doesn't do that. They're in year one of an 8-year deal. He needs his thumb for the bulk of that deal. I wouldn't do it for a first round series against Tampa. If the Habs are fighting for the Stanley Cup and he wants to sacrifice an appendage, he can do so then. First period was fairly even. Second, Tampa had a 5 minute stretch. So far, the third is pretty even. I would agree with that. Some other instances, I'd give like a slight edge to Tampa, but like a lot of that was on the power play, right? Where they got a few more power plays. Canadians, I mean, for the remainder of the series, will have to watch out for penalties. They cannot let that happen again. For sure not. All right. Well, Canadians get another chance here in the offensive zone on an icing. These are really the moments where they got to take advantage. Caulfield just kind of dumped in front. Slavkovsky's really the one fighting in the corners here, but it's got to be a group effort here. Can they get this back to the point? Cooley's wide open in the point. That'd be great. Nah, I can't. Slavkovsky really tried to feather one there, and that might have been nice, but that was a pretty high risk, low reward kind of play. Hudson's going to take this one back. Are they just going to let this get to overtime? This is no 3-on-3 in this one. I don't know. You might just want to I mean, you don't want to be impatient. That's for sure. Okay, Doc is now in the corner. That's a good spot for him to be in, but that Matheson shot ping ponged off many bodies, ended nowhere. Oh, Hagel kind of got lucky on the bounce there. Yeah, there's definitely some long passes trying to be made here. Teams are definitely going for the stretch here. But a nice game for Carrier tonight, by the way. Somebody mentioned earlier, I think it was Blue, saying that him missing the end of the season might have actually helped him with his workload a little bit. But I like what I've seen from Carrier tonight, and without Dobson and Reinbacker as sort of a break in case of emergency option, I think Carriers look really good. I do think we'll see Reinbacker and Fowler though in this series, just because they those are big players in your future, and you have a chance to give them some playoff reps. And I don't think it'll cost you the series to do it. So I think they got to do it. This summer is going to be moving off season. You guys talking about off season moves? Maybe not. Maybe it comes together right here, right now. Could happen. Dobish saved the season for us. Well, he certainly came in the clutch with our good pal Montembeau just getting the yips and not being able to get it done anymore. So it's very nice to see Dobesh come in and Fowler come in, and I think we're all feeling pretty good about the goaltending. I don't know if we know who the long term number one is. If there is one, maybe they're timeshare for the foreseeable future. But I like what we're seeing from both. And certainly love what we're seeing from Dobesh tonight. Dobesh has how many saves does he have? So it's 23. So it's 20 saves tonight in his. I was gonna say his playoff debut. It's not his playoff debut. He did come in last season after Montembeau got hurt. It's true. Imagine a full season of Dobesh and Fowler. You don't have to imagine. It'll be next season in all likelihood. 3:35 left in the third period. It is tied up at 3-3. I wish they played Montembeau the rest of the series. We have an imposter in the building. How dare you? No, we won't see much of Montembeau, I'm afraid. If you're actively rooting for the Canadiens' downfall, I'm afraid to tell you that it won't be that way. All right. First line's out again. They're trying to get settled behind their net before they head out. The thing is, Tampa's not letting them wait. they're like aggressively playing Hudson behind the net. So and Gooley. So as much as they would love to be patient, Tampa is forcing them to make moves. TBA is going all medieval to win this. I think that they have not gone as medieval as I thought they might. I thought they were really going to start hacking away at guys, and they have not done it to the extent that I thought maybe they would so far. Been a lot of penalty calls, but I wouldn't say that any of the penalties were particularly like nasty. Canadians are again behind their net and trying to figure out the breakout here, which has caused them a little bit of trouble tonight. Yeah, they turned over the puck at the trying to enter the blue line. Well, they each tripped each other there, so hopefully the referees just decide to let them play. At this point, I really don't want to see another power play unless somebody gets their head caved in. What's surprising also is the Habs will remain the league's youngest team after next season with Danault and Galley gone. They're gaining valuable experience as the old guy, Nick Suzuki, mentors all. Yeah, no, this team is arguably getting younger, not older. Obviously, every year everybody gets older, but I mean, they have so many guys who are 21, 22, 19 that. Oh! Hagel turns Hudson inside out and they drive the net, but Gooley's right there to greet Sorelli with a glove to the face, and Dobesh skates out of trouble. Ah, Swerve. You know what? I should have known that you were a Minnesota Wild fan. Are the Minnesota Wild the oldest team in the playoffs? I'm surprised. I figured some team like the Kings or some bozo team were going to be too old for their own good. Is Dano really leaving? Well, at the end of next season, he has 1 year left on his deal. I assume is what is meant here. Final minute of play. So I guess a very real chance that we're going to overtime. It certainly looks like. Somebody got high sticked. Penalty with 20 seconds to go. What a What a bizarre turn of events here. I mean, that's a really stupid penalty. I mean, that's a really dumb baseball swing by Gensel, I will say. You know, we're pretty quick to admonish the Canadians when they take a bad penalty. I gotta say, that penalty's worse than anything the Canadians took tonight. That's even worse than the Bolduc one. That's a brutal penalty. So, as Pinfash was calling them before, a truncated penalty because there's only 20 seconds left in the third period. And then, so if they don't score here, they're going to go enter overtime on the power play. Isn't that fun? Although I'm sure they would love to just end it now, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. Caulfield trying to make it happen in the final seconds, and it will not. Oh my goodness. We are going into overtime in our first playoff game together. Of course, it had to be this way. Unreal. Well, there you go. So we're not done yet. He's going for the puck, so I don't think there will be any discipline. Suzuki in triple OT, that prediction still stands. Slav hat trick to end it in OT. You need a refreshing Soma to. What was that from? What was the book? What was the book from? Fuck, I can't remember now. Why can't I remember the name of the book? I read it in Sejap. I can't remember now. Damn me. Has more. Blame CC for not scoring on that last shift. Yes, he did. He did actually. We lost game one last year in OT on an OV goal. Maybe luck will be better. It's all the difference sometimes. Habs get the next goal. I mean, they start on the power play. Not bad. Pessimist, truncated PP suck. Optimist, nice clean ice to work with. Well, that's it, right? In this case, I think it's a good one because they only lost 20 seconds. So it's a 140 power play. That's a pretty good one. What's my thought? Better than expected or more than expected? Are you asking me a grammar question or are you asking me if it's better? They're playing better than I expected. They're playing exactly what this is exactly what I thought was going to happen. Brave New World was the book. That's right. Um, I think that I said this from the beginning. I think the series was going to be a coin flip, and I just felt like the Canadians had a little more momentum coming into this, so I thought that they were going to win. But why am I not shocked that this went into overtime? Like for real. No one dominated this game. That's what I would say. I would say that nobody dominated. Third period, as usual, was our best. Yeah, they in shots, 9-7 Habs in shots in the third. So there you go. Sorry, guys. I'm just dealing with some technical back end issues. I'm just give me one seckaroo. I'm just trying to like figure that one out. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not too okay. I'm not too like I'm not even that worried if they don't, if they don't necessarily win tonight because I feel like they've proven that they can hang with Tampa. I don't feel like Tampa's going to run away with this series. I don't know how good Slav will be when he reaches his prime, but geez, he can smoke him in now. I know, right? A long way away from a guy who seemed like unable to shoot in the first part of his career. Hockey Inside Out with the four was great, wasn't it? I'm so excited that it worked out. If you guys have not seen it yet, Hockey Inside Out this week is a playoff special, and we got all three of the 86 boys in the room. So we got Stu Cowan hosting with Chris Knuckles Nyland, Rick Green, and Brian Scrudlin. 50 minutes talking about the Habs playoffs, but then they also talk a ton about the 86 Habs. Like, it's so much fun. You guys can go find that on YouTube. Go check it out on YouTube. It's amazing. Um, Refs will never send TB down two men. Expect carnage by their PK. That's true. They could definitely claw. All right, who we got? We got Nick Suzuki, one of you. Suzuki again. Slav. New Hook, I like it. Matheson or Hagel. I mean, Hagel's had a good night. Timur says Caulfield. I'm locking it in for him. Locking it in for him. Derek says, don't matter as long as it's a white jersey. Oh, we got Boston up 1-0 on Buffalo. I would be worried if I was Buffalo, man. Buffalo had an amazing season. They're really good, but they have not made the playoffs, in so long that you do kind of wonder if they're ready for prime time. A bit like the Habs last year, right? You're like, oh, they look pretty good coming in, but are they really that good? I don't know. Hold on, we got some nice photos coming in for you guys. There you go. If you haven't seen them yet, the highlights are here. When do they give results for the Adams? Oh yeah, they used to do like the award show at the end of the year, but they don't do that anymore, I guess. Now they just like do these weird like staggered out things. So to be honest, I'm not that sure. We have a chance to win it off the PP. I say Demidov. That's a very good prediction, Mark, actually. I like that. Demidov is not afraid to be the trigger man on that power play. I mean, I don't love the area that he necessarily shoots from sometimes. Kirby, Karen, one of these days, Kirby's gonna make your faith in him worth it. I hope. I'm in the same boat. I'm just like hopelessly hoping for Kirby to live up to his potential. Okay, I gotta pick somebody too. Hold on. I'm gonna say Lane Hudson tonight, and then let's be fair. Let's say Tampa as well. I'm gonna say Gensel for Tampa. So I'm gonna say those are my Kirby would be the dark horse choice. That's an understatement, Timor. Doc has two fans. I know. Karen and I are the last two Kirby Doc fan club members. Gluttons for punishments. I know. I know. I trust me. I'm well aware. I'm rational. Al Wilson, the man, says, I got a coworker who's suffered for years over his Sabres, and now I won't shut up about them. But man, I hate Boston. I'm just hoping they take him out to shut him up. Yes. If you're like an old school Adams division guy, man, you're not feeling. Max says he's not a Kirby's not a dark horse. He's a dead horse. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, y'all. We are back for overtime. Um, I am stressed about this game, right? This is stressful. Habs open on the power play. Let us see. I also got a Russian on either side, so it sounds like a Demidov or Kucherov. Oh my God, Kucherov. Kucherov would ending this would be infuriating. That felt like it might be offside, but hey, if they're not gonna call it, hey, it doesn't matter. Puck's out of the zone right away anyway. Can the Habs get the puck even in the zone on the power play? They're really struggling. All right, Caulfield gets it deep. They gotta like kind of ring it around here. There you go. Back to the point. And just a real terrible, terrible pass attempt there. I don't know what they're thinking on the power play right now. Well, there you go. They're complimenting the hand-eye coordination of the Tampa guy, but I just felt like it was not a very high high guaranteed pass there. Okay, here we go. Caulfield trying his in tight shot. I think that was a good attempt too. I felt like Vasilevsky did not have a ton of time to settle down. I liked it. Yeah, he was pretty settled, but you know what? Whatever. Caulfield's found holes against the best of the best. Why not try? What do you guys think? The Canadians are taking their time out. I love it. There's 40 seconds left on the power play. They got a face off in the zone, in the Tampa zone. That is more than enough time to end this game and take it home. Rest your best players. Win it now. Don't try to win this for triple OT. I love this. I love this move by Marty St. Louis. Mark likes it too. Good call, Marty. I love this. Love, 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 love. Now they got to win though. They can't. And Tampa clears it. Can they get one more chance here? I mean, Blues making it seem like it's over. He's probably got the top feed here. Oh my God, what a goal! Hat trick! Slavkovsky. Habs win game one, 4-3 in OT. Are you kidding me? The Canadiens have won game one. Yuri Slavkovsky has scored a hat trick on a shot that nobody saw coming. He's just there right in the faceoff dot. He's got no momentum. He just whips it. Are you kidding me? What the legend of Yuri Slavkovsky grows with every day. The first overall pick after the Canadiens finished in last place took 2-3 years to get it going. And now he's here. Now he has arrived. Unfreaking believable. And is that one? Yeah, it was 3 power play goals for Slafkovsky tonight. Unfreaking believable. Al Wilson, never been happier to be wrong about my pick. What a shot by Max. Max says, huge win, Blue. The Slav trick. Oh, I like that, Ray. I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that. The Slav trick. This proves that trying to micromanage a team over a stretch of a game rather than wait, be patient, see results. Slav has arrived. They're every bit as good as they are. Never been happier. Bell Center will be rocking. Hey, Karen just won $25 on Mise au Jeu. Love it. Timur says this guy's going to be a star for years to come. First hab in history for Slav. You mean 3 power play goals? Well, I'm super happy that we're not gonna spend all night doing this. Because I don't, not because I don't love you guys, but I feel like it might be a long. This might be a long playoff race, long playoff run, and I can't lose my voice in game one. So nice that they were polite enough to end this. Marty's timeout could be the play of the game. I think so. I think that was a massive move by the coach. Big win to take the first game on the road, Kelly says. Slav had 7 of our 20 shots. He was dominant tonight. After he got hit, after he got the cross check, he was dominant tonight. Congrats on being the Tampa Lumberjacks. Are they the Muskegon Lumberjacks? They're a lumberjack and they're okay. But what a performance tonight. Man, okay, you can go to the website right now. We've got you can watch all the highlights right here. Where's the link for you? If you want to go check out the make sure you shave again and wear the hat again. Yes. Got to keep it going. You can watch the game highlights here if you'd like. I just posted the overtime goal. You can live that life again and again and again. But I've got to run. A bunch of you are still here. I don't want to run, but I got to run. So unfortunately, I got to run because we're sending out a newsletter to all our Gazette readers. Please subscribe. I don't think you can subscribe to newsletters right now. Actually, you might be able to. If you don't, if you do, you get it in a newsletter. If not, you're not. And then we've got Herb Zukowski's The Hidden Game coming at the in like an hour or so. He's writing it up right now, so you guys will get all the stats from the game. Again, MontrealGazette.com. And then we've got About Last Night, which I'll do for you guys tonight, and then you get it tomorrow morning. And then we've got the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. Lumberjacks, all the dumb high sticks they have. Oh, I thought you were saying that it was like because remember the old IHL team, the Muskegon Lumberjacks? I was like, Tampa's got some injuries. I'm like, they ain't that injured, but I get what you mean. There were lots of dumb high sticks tonight. The Canadiens got to stay out of the box. The Canadiens cannot take that many penalties on Tuesday and expect to win. They also, I mean, Tampa took a lot of penalties too, including the incredibly stupid Gensel one at the end of the game that cost them. So ultimately, the penalties cost Tampa more than it cost the Habs. Both teams got to stay out of the box. Tuesday, I think absolutely the Habs are now breathing down Tampa's neck. Tampa is not going to want to go down 2-0 on home ice. They going into the Bell Center. So the Tampa Bay Lightning are going to come so hard on Tuesday. Brace yourself for it. But the Habs look real good tonight in the third period and in overtime. So we'll be back on Tuesday. We will see you guys on Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your evening. It's kind of early. It's only 9 o'clock because it was a 5:45 start time. So everybody have a good one. Please stay tuned to the Gazette. We've got lots more coming. All the coverage that you need.